And now entering the ring, Jason Hughes, Dustin Dougie Campbell, and Jason Papa White, the Triple Threat, here on the Strong Booking Podcast.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Strong Booking Podcast. Unfortunately we couldn't go live tonight, so this is going to be a pre-recorded show, but we're going to do our best to answer any questions that you guys commented. And I'm just going to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor tonight, McGuire's Insurance Agency. If you need any insurance questions or anything, just give them a call at 606-886-008. And I'm going to give it over to Jason, see if he's got anything he wants to comment.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody that will be watching later, for tuning in with us. I know we didn't like the situation, but the internet's not allowing us to be live like we like to be, but that's the way things are sometimes. But we're still going to put on a good product for y'all tonight, I believe. We got a lot to talk about, and there was 2 pay-per-views this week we're going to try to discuss this week, plus go on to our 2 segments that we have later on. But, we posted something on our page. Get on there, comment. We're going to still reply back to everybody, and you can rewatch this later or anything of that nature. But other than that, let's see what's going on tonight.
Well, I was just going to start the show off first with AEW Revolution. I mean, it was the pay-per-view last night. It was supposedly, like Cody said, supposed to be their WrestleMania. And it was a darn good pay-per-view. I know that. Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a bad spot in it. From, like, the minute it started to the minute it ended, like, it had my attention. Great. So, first thing I'm going to bring up is the tag match. I think it might already be the tag match of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what can you say?
I mean,
it's great.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. We were all messaging each other back and forth through our, through our little group we have on Facebook. And I agree with Jason. It was like 1 minute the Bucks were heels, next minute Omega and Hangman were heels, and I was just sitting there waiting for one of them to turn on their own partner. But
it was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it was like I didn't know what was going on at the time, and it was just like one time they were kind of all together. It seemed like at one point, and then it was just. But they put on some. I mean, they always put on good matches. Those guys do. The Elite do. I mean, together or separate, they're always putting on good shows each week. And yeah, that match had me, on my edge of my seat the whole time. And another match that did as well was the MJF and Cody match had me right there too. There was so much going on during that match. I didn't. Yep. There was a lot of segments throughout it when Cody accidentally punted Arn. Was he going to turn on him? But I guess we talked about it earlier, though. The MJF is that classic heel. He done everything last night.
Perfect.
It was just down to a T.
Yeah.
He's Ric Flair to me.
Similar. Yeah.
Similar.
He's totally Blanchard.
They're totally, yeah. I mean,
if he was alive in the 80s, he'd be a horseman. Yeah. Without a doubt, he's a horseman.
Yeah, but back to the tag match, Hangman just kind of like, he's the one that really shined for me in that match.
Yeah.
He came out and
exactly.
The crowd was just behind him the whole time. And at the end, he made the match his.
Yeah.
He took out both the Young Bucks, and, he even done the One Wing Angel, which I thought was really cool.
Which made the One Wing Angel look even better. That made Kenny's finisher look even better than it was. Because even when somebody else hits it, it's a game changer.
Yep.
If it wasn't for the Bucks, cutting in, it'd been over there.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool because, Kenny went to go do it first.
He tried to rotate him.
He couldn't get it, so Hangman was just like, just get out of the way, I'll do it.
He tried to shift him to the other shoulder.
Yeah.
And the Bucks, the German suplexes on the ramp over and over on Hangman. Oh, it's good.
Yep.
Everything was good.
What is it? Which one was that? Which Buck was that done that?
I don't know.
I think it's Matt.
It's Matt, yeah. Matt, because Hangman spit in his
Buck
face.
number 2.
You see where Hangman spit in his face?
Yeah.
That was...
Well, like Jason said, it went back and forth, heel face, heel face.
Well, the whole time Matt wanted to be a heel, Matt Jackson.
Yeah.
He was like, and then, he's the one that was stomping Kenny in the shoulder and stuff. And his brother Nick was like, we don't win this way. He kept... So
they all had turns going back and forth. I mean, that's a rare thing to see. Usually when a match starts, they'll end the same way, but this one was just back and forth.
Then at the end of the match, Hangman leaves the ring, and then you still got Omega and the Bucks are in the ring, and Hangman kind of turns around and sets up like he's going to do the buckshot. You think he's going to turn on Kenny right there. Then Kenny turns around and he's like, oh, come on, and then he comes out the ring. Did you notice that part?
No.
You didn't see that?
No, in my mind, I'm still thinking about.
I thought they were in the.
They were shaking at the end.
They were shaking at the end.
Yeah.
Omega and Hangman walk out together. And
well, they did. Hangman did walk out. There was one part though where Hangman left the ring and it was just those three in the ring, Omega and the Bucks. Well, then the Bucks get out of the ring and it's just Omega facing away opposite of Hangman, and Hangman's got his arms on the rope like he's getting ready to
springboard in
and do the buckshot. Like, and everybody's like, oh, they're getting hopping it up, and then Kenny kind of turns around, and then Hangman just looks at him, and then he just sets on the rope and lets him out.
After that roller coaster, I was probably still calming down.
Yeah,
it was
so good.
So much going on at one time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many storylines they can go off of that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
there was not a bad match.
No,
not really. No,
I mean,
it
wasn't WrestleMania. It didn't have the spectacle like producer Kevin was talking about earlier. It didn't have that spectacle.
Didn't have the high profile as far as
it had everything else. It had what WrestleMania didn't have.
Yeah,
it had the work. It had the matches. It was so good.
The one thing I liked for sure too was I didn't like. I'm sorry, was the Dustin and Hager match. I didn't love it. It was good. It was all right, but it was
Hager didn't look to be in the best shape.
I know.
Ever.
That's what
I expected more.
Because Dustin, he's been doing good for the past couple months.
Dustin, sure.
Then he gets in the ring with Hager, and it was like.
Then they had the old gimmick where they kiss. They take. I don't like it. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, that was
different.
Well, I don't know. That just shows the crazy of Dustin, so I didn't mind it.
Really?
He's always had that.
It kind of gave you that flashback of the old
Dust
gimmick, but.
Yeah.
They kept that stigma going with Hager with the low blow because that's what he's been known for in his fights in Bellator. His last fight he got penalized twice for kneeing in the groin. He's still playing that heel character like that's always there.
But I'm like you though in WWE. When he was Jack Swagger, he was pretty good wrestler. I mean, he had some good matches there. But then last night, he just didn't look like he used to. I don't know.
But he can shake that off.
Might just be some ring rust going on.
Hopefully somebody will tell him, hey, get yourself together.
Dustin never needs to do the Canadian Destroyer again. That was awful. Did you see that? What he done it to Hager?
Didn't get a buff arm to
Who am I? I'm trying to. Somebody done the Canadian Destroyer last night. It was great.
Oh, the Young Bucks.
Was that when he sprung from the outside? Yes.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
done that on the ramp, then come on in. Oh man, it was. God.
That match was, like I said, his best match of the night.
Cold Chills match.
And then, of course, you had the Cody and MJF match, like you guys were talking about.
Well, I'm gonna bring up one before we start talking about it. One match nobody talked about was the Darby Allin Sammy Guevara.
I forgot.
Was
about
the 6:30 off the.
Through the table, or just even the way it started. Darby comes straight out, and they're trying to announce, he just suicide dives outside and hits him. I mean,
that was a fun match for what it was.
It was nice.
Yeah,
for what
it
was,
had everything
good.
You wanted to see. Like Darby puts his body on the line every time he gets in there. I mean, that's what everybody's loving him for right now. He don't care.
Beat him with the skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat him with the skateboard.
But that was that 6:30 through the table on the outside. Yeah. I mean, they put.
I don't see how he even corrected himself at that point. At the very last second, he shifts and gets all
the way over that one last time.
It's crazy.
Because it was. I guess at first he was supposed to do a splash, and he rotated a little bit too far, and he's like, well, I got to go on over. So
it looked like he was going to cannonball on top of him, and then he pulls it out at the end.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I don't know. Sammy's going to be good. That's for sure.
Young. There's a lot of young talent in AEW right now. I mean,
early 20s. He's kind of small. Both of them are kind of small.
Yeah.
Well, they weigh in, Sammy at like 180, and then Darby's at 171 or something.
Soaking wet.
I love when Orange Cassidy comes out. They say,
man, he gets a pop that's unreal.
He say he weighs whatever. He's from where whatever.
Hey, Cassidy is. I don't even know what you do with somebody like that.
For what he is, man, he is just brilliant.
He's a superstar.
He is a superstar.
I mean, he's I don't know what all you can say. Hulkamania in his prime, dude. He gets pops that are just so good.
I don't love it still, but I mean, last night maybe a little bit bigger
That
fan.
Superman punch when he comes off the ropes. I like it all. I like Cassidy.
Last night made me a little bit more of a believer in him. For sure.
Yeah.
When he actually showed what he could do
Yeah.
outside of his little.
Well, I've seen what he could
lazy
do
kicks
outside
and
of that.
stuff.
You know, I've seen other matches he's been in, but
Yeah.
I still just kind of get upset with the
And he can
little-
sell so good.
little gimmick.
Oh, he lays there like he's
kicks.
dead.
Yeah.
Every time
That's what I love.
Pac hit him
When
with something,
Pac
it looks
drop
like he was
kicked
dead.
him off the top rope,
That's
he
what I love.
folded
He was
up, and it looked like it
Yeah.
killed him. I mean,
Yeah.
like a young Shawn Michaels. I mean, he's just amazing.
I think eventually he'll, like, when the time comes, he'll drop that gimmick as far as the, just like the lazy kicks and stuff.
I don't know.
I think he
I
will.
don't know what. I mean, he'd have to drop his whole gimmick and transfer into.
Something else.
I mean, it's possible. I mean,
Because he can wrestle.
Yeah.
He can go. Like,
Yeah, but he could still use that gimmick and still go.
so I'm
I
saying
just
whenever
don't,
they
it
like
just ain't
debut
believable to me. I don't like it.
I mean, everybody's
I
different.
just don't like it.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I just think it looks bad.
You don't like it, and I think it's the
Yeah.
greatest thing since sliced
yeah,
bread.
I just
mean,
think
yeah.
it looks bad.
Love
I don't
it.
know- I don't know why.
That's even one of his moves.
Dude, when he turns it on, you can see the look in his eye. I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
when
oh
I-
man,
that's
why
why I
they-
love him
up.
when he's-
they've got him going now. Uh-oh, watch out. Here he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's good.
I just don't like the.
I just don't like Pac. I mean, when
I love
Pac won,
Pac.
in my mind, I think, well, that's just because he refuses to lose. You know, he's just such
I
a
didn't.
politicking type character that
Yeah.
I just don't like.
When the
him.
match
Yeah.
was announced, I knew they would probably give
Yeah.
Cassidy his little run, but they're not going to.
Even though,
If he lost, if Pac lost to Cassidy, it would kill any momentum.
yeah, it would have.
because
It
he's
wasn't
ranked
hurt.
like what
Yeah.
I think they said 3 in
You're
the
right.
title contention.
Yeah.
You know, if he loses to somebody that's never wrestled a singles match,
Yeah, you're right.
you know, you're going to take him out. At
They
the
done
moment.
it.
Yeah.
They done it in a way though that didn't
It
hurt.
didn't hurt
It didn't hurt either one of them.
Cassidy at
No.
all.
It made Orange Cassidy look
Dude,
legit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Cassidy is over like I just don't even know.
I don't
how
think
to
there's
explain it.
there's nothing right now that he could do that's wrong. It don't matter
No.
what he does, whether he's getting beat
No.
up or.
No, with the way he's over right now, I don't see how you don't give that guy some type of title.
Yeah.
You
Well,
got to give him something.
That's-
Every place he goes crazy.
that brings up.
It's like he's like a one man Beatle.
That brings up them bringing in a a mid card title, which their
Yeah.
television title, some
Why,
kind of
yeah. The
don't have to be called
OJ
mid card.
title. Give it to him.
Yeah,
Give him 2 titles. Make up titles and just give it to him. Say he won it in a tournament in Puerto Rico.
that's great. And I back to the Cody and MJF match. Like that's another match or another thing that just shows how like unselfish Cody is, and how selfless he is. Like to be like on top as top as he is, and he lets MJF go over. You know, even though it wasn't a clean clean finish.
It was
You know,
the right way.
It was the right way.
It couldn't
though,
have been
yes.
clean.
It was the
would've-
right
It
way.
would have. If it was a clean, well, the only way it could be a clean
It could have
finish.
been clean,
If
but-
Cody would have won it, would have been clean. But MJF winning clean wouldn't have been right. It would have killed that whole persona they made up for
Yeah.
MJF right now. If he would have,
Yeah.
It makes me like Cody more.
Yeah,
You know, knowing,
in
you know,
the sense of wrestling business,
Yep,
yeah, makes
yep.
me like him more.
me too.
the way they put their, bodies on the line. I've talked about it. Like we've
Yeah.
talked about it. Like there was moves in that, it's a little iffy if you're gonna. When they did the suplex
Yeah, it's-
to the
yeah.
outside and they held on, they both flopped over. I mean,
Yeah.
one wrong turn, somebody's
That almost
really
looked
hurt.
like a botch,
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah.
know if it was planned or
End
not.
up, you can end up getting killed.
I mean, it's like
Look at L.A. Park. I mean,
even when
Anything can
MJF does the I guess they're calling it the double crossroads when he does the crossroads.
that's killer.
Like, he spikes him right on top of his head. It's not like
Yeah.
it's face down. He's planting him into the ground, and a wrong twist, that's a broken neck, easy right there.
MJF definitely has all the momentum right now. Like I could see him being champ very soon, like within the next year or two.
There's so many right there.
Yeah, I know that's
It's
the problem. That's why I was talking.
They are just unbelievable right
to be honest, for what it was, I don't think the Jericho and Moxley match was good, but it wasn't great. Like it was a decent match.
No, it was a
But-
main event title match. It wasn't. I don't
Yeah.
think it was meant to be.
It didn't have no feel to it,
It-
though. To me, I don't know. I just lost. It kind of lost
Yeah,
me. to
that
be
was
honest.
just there for a spectacle.
It had its, what I thought was going to go into it. Moxie out there by himself, proud and powerful out there. They kind of tried to help. Hager comes out. Sammy didn't come out. Was the only one I think I didn't see come out at any point.
No.
If he did, I missed it. But
No.
it keeps Jericho up there at that. that top heel.
Yeah.
He's going to get his rematch probably. I don't know how that works in AEW. I don't think they've never
And he's
announced
put
that.
so
if he gets
many
an
people
automatic.
over.
Jericho?
Yeah, he's put so many people over on this title reign. What more can he do?
But how
He's
good
put people over his whole career, though.
the Moxley point. The thing that got me was when Moxley pulled the eye patch up. His eye wasn't even.
Yeah.
Who knows when it was healed up? And
I mean, that was okay, but it was kind of like one of those things.
Yeah,
that I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I wasn't on.
I wasn't like that. I wasn't that surprised by it.
At first,
I
I
wasn't
thought it
on the
was, but
iPad.
when he hit him with that, when he hit him with the code breaker is what I call it.
Yeah.
The double knee stomp, and his eye started bleeding out from underneath it.
Yeah.
It kind of made it play out like, well, they're going to keep this eye thing going for a
Yeah.
little bit, and then when it come out, he just had a little cut above his eye or whatever. The thing is, like, if you had, like, with Jericho, he had 7 stitches, but he never bled. So
Yeah, Moxley was biting him on the
biting him on the
stitches, too.
and he never bled, but it was.
I hate to go back, but to the MJF Cody match, did you hear the pop and the heat that MJF got by biting Cody's toe?
Yes.
So simple,
Simple.
such a simple thing, and it was perfect. That was, the crowd was going crazy.
The biting the
he was
toe.
just biting the guy's
The
toe.
best was like
Beautiful.
when he was down on the ground crying.
Yeah,
He crawled up to him.
and
Like,
he spit in his face.
that was man.
And then, the classic move, like we were talking about, pulls the ring out. Like, usually
Well,
back in
yeah.
the day, you've seen people hand something, but, he pulled it
Brass
right out there.
knuckles, a
Yeah,
roll of
brass
quarters.
knuckles, anything.
He
Pulled that
pulled-
ring out, hit him.
Good.
And then
in
he
there,
just
yeah.
faintly fell on him for the pin.
Yeah.
He played it out. He sold it so good.
The only thing bad about the match was the tattoo on Cody's neck.
Yeah.
The
The tattoo is awful.
I think there's a GoFundMe to get
the
that
logo.
removed.
Yeah.
There is. Somebody put a GoFundMe together to get that removed.
I hope it gets its gold. I don't
hate the
fan.
tattoo. I just hate the location.
Yeah.
If he put it on his
Yeah.
chest or like a shoulder or something,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right. But
He put his logo on there like a NASCAR
on his neck,
on his neck.
I don't care about the logo. That's fine. The Rock used to have the Braun Bull on his shoulder. Nobody ever said anything about it.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
that's not on his neck.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Location.
That's
Imagine
location
if he just had one big old tattoo in color that just said Rock.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that's
I don't
throwing
like
it off.
Yeah.
Is if it had been on his shoulder, nobody would have ever said a word about
Being
it.
like Jericho, Jericho showing up with La Champion on the side of his neck.
He'd have to
Yeah.
get a lot of things tattooed on him that he's made popular over the years.
A list.
I don't think there's
Oh,
enough
boy,
room
this-
for all
Would
that.
he have to have a list?
Yeah, list down his back.
Yeah. It's like Goldberg, like
Oh, we gonna go there?
I'm just going to talk about his tattoo.
Oh, you
He's symbolized with his tattoo on his
Oldberg.
shoulder. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about the
We're getting
tattoo.
there. We wanted to start with something good before we went to something bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
I
trying to
do,
draw the
like,
crowd
that
in
was-
before we boo them out.
It was
Yeah.
one of my notes here is like how much better Revolution was than anything WWE's done in like a month or two.
Yeah.
I guess like Royal Rumble don't even compare to Revolution.
The only thing the Rumble had was
I-
Edge coming
It
back.
had Edge.
It had Edge coming back.
It,
It had
has that
Edge.
Royal Rumble feel, but as far as like
Yeah.
the matches,
It just
we
had
didn't
the
even-
spectacle.
Did we watch the matches? Honestly,
It just had a spectacle.
we didn't
I
even
think we
watch
were
the
eating
matches.
pizza.
We were eating pizza,
No.
like,
Yeah.
waiting for the Rumble to come on.
Yep.
So,
It was just the fact that it was WWE.
Yeah.
Nothing else good about it.
and we all know the Saudi show, which is hot garbage.
What's it got? The AEW went to make the fans happy.
Yeah.
WWE went out of their way to make you mad.
Yeah,
They went out of their way to depress you.
I'm not like as tore up that like the Fiend dropped the belt
Not now.
and to Goldberg. It don't bother me that bad, but I've always liked Goldberg. Like,
Yeah,
He
I never did.
so he was like I was a kid and I loved him, so I've always had that
Yeah.
like for Goldberg. So it didn't bother me too bad. What bothered me worse was Brock squashing Ricochet so quick like that. Like I wish they'd at least like
See,
Ricochet.
mine's the exact opposite.
I wish they'd at least let him have like a 5-minute run or something.
I was the same way. He's like, I talked about it before, like with Brock, they let AJ and Daniel Bryan have a good run with him,
Exactly.
same size guys. But then they squashed Kofi after he gave him that belt, and they let him beat him in seconds.
Well,
So, I
Kofi
mean,
didn't bother me as bad because Kofi was just a feel good story, and it was
but
like, here's your championship because you've been loyal to us for 10 years.
they're
That's
the
all that was to me. That's why.
same size
I feel.
guys, though. That's the
That's
thing.
what
that
it was.
But Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles can actually go in the ring, and so can Ricochet. Like he's a
Would
good
you
wrestler.
say Ricochet's on the level of Daniel Bryan or
Can
on
be.
an AJ. You think
Yeah.
so? Hey.
Yeah, by far.
I love seeing Brock squash people.
I get it.
Yeah, I consider Brock
understand it,
he's a
like-
legit monster.
Yeah, because he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he does outweigh him by 200 some pounds.
And he's
almost, so-
trained. He's just
so
everything on his side.
It makes
you know.
sense, but I don't know. And I know it's not going to
Yeah,
hurt Ricochet.
You're right.
A year from now, he could still be champion. Nobody'd ever remember him getting
Losing
squashed.
to Brock ain't no shame.
Ain't no shame. No.
No shame in losing to Brock.
I just wish they'd at least give him like a little 5-minute match and a few moves. God.
What got me was I understand you have to get the title off Fiend before WrestleMania,
Yeah,
but there were so many ways to get there other than the way it went.
yeah,
He could have dropped it in a triple threat or a four-way or
Or an
inside the
elimination
chamber.
chamber.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
yeah.
But to let it go, a clean in Saudi Arabia and to do it in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
so many.
I just
so
wish
much wrong
like
with
so many
this.
people would quit, like not crap on Goldberg because it's not all his fault. He's
Well,
just
no,
doing what
ain't
he's
nothing to do
told.
with him. Yeah.
Like, I see people like hating on him hard, like
Yeah.
you know,
I'm still
death
hating on
threats
him hard.
almost.
Yeah, I mean,
But it wasn't his fault. I
No.
mean, he's getting told what to do out there.
yeah, it's a job.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I'm upset about is like your three main matches at Mania now are going to be less than 5 minutes.
Well, it's part-time mania. I mean,
they're going to be
Part-time
less
Mania.
part-time Mania. I mean, they're
That's
going to
a
be
good one, Doug.
that's a good
Trademark
one.
that.
Because you're going to have
Make
AJ
shirts.
carrying Undertaker, because Undertaker, can't go no more than 10 minutes
Yeah.
anymore. Goldberg, after a 4-minute match, they try to cut a promo on the back. You can barely breathe.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's
you're
just
right. I mean, it's all.
you're going to have,
it doesn't make any sense because God, they're like
The
Well,
Fiend-
John-
Well, the
John
Fiend
Cena-
and Cena will
Cena,
probably
it'll
be
go-
a
that'll
good
be-
one,
it'll
yeah.
go 25 minutes.
But those two matches, I mean,
But
they're
the other
going to
two-
have to throw in some good matches to equal this out. If not, WWE
Well, how long
they're
does
going to
Brock
lose.
and
They're going to lose. I mean, if
How
they
long
don't
does
do
the-
something, they cannot compete with AEW like this.
most Brock matches right now are, somebody's going to might get over him. Like somebody like Drew's going to get over him for a little bit, and then he's going to get suplexed
I know,
about
but
35
still,
times,
like-
and then he's going to come back
is it going to be a 10-minute match? Because
10 to
I've
15
not
minutes.
seen Brock have a match over 10 minutes in or 2 years. Even when he wrestled Cena, he didn't have a 10-minute match.
Mark it down now. The longest
So-
matches at Mania this year will be all three of the women matches.
think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the caliber, look who's going against
Well,
each
I
other
mean,
compared to
it's-
what's going against each other and other stuff.
look
I
at
can
them.
see the Brock and Drew match going 15 to 20. I can see
Maybe,
that.
yeah.
I can see that.
I was saying 10 to 15.
Are you looking at all
That's
the
if you
men's
slow
matches?
it out.
though? You know Goldberg and Reigns ain't going past 10 minutes.
Well, I heard there was, the rumors there's going to be 16 to 17 matches.
Yeah.
You're looking at an eight-hour Mania.
Well, Randy and Edge,
Crazy.
they'll go for a little bit. They'll go for about 30 minutes, I'd say.
But,
I don't know if you'll get a 30-minute match with that many people. It's just it's overloaded
maybe
right now.
See, that's the problem too. Like nobody wants. Like last night, I felt like that Young Bucks in the
It
match,
went on
and
forever,
I feel like it went on for an hour.
and it was good.
It was good too.
where I watched it, I was watching a stream. Each stream was like 50 minutes. There was only 2 matches per stream.
Yeah.
And some of them carried over to the next stream.
Yeah.
So you're looking at every match went.
Well, I felt like that Young Bucks match was.
You
pretty
watched
much
it
the
on a
whole
stream?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, you're letting everybody know our secrets. Bro.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that watched it.
Yeah.
You can watch. Just for anybody that wants to know, you can watch it on YouTube. I mean, the whole
whole
show's
show's
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube right now.
Yeah. Well,
But-
the thing is, like, no, I'm not knocking AEW for this because they got to do what's best for them. But $60 for an event these days is just kind of that's 10 years ago. Ain't nobody
What do you think ESPN's going to charge when they get WrestleMania?
see exactly. Like,
I mean, it's coming back.
yeah,
The network, I believe, is going to be a failure. I mean,
it's done with. Yeah.
Well, it's done now. If there's no pay-per-views on there, who's going to pay? I mean, $10 a month, you get the shows and
I
stuff
will-
that are on there, and,
And
the
you-
old classic content. That's
I will
on
say
there.
the only
and you
thing-
don't even get Raw and SmackDown
No.
new. You got to
No.
wait 30 days to get it.
Yeah. So
The only thing cool they've had on there in the past year that I know of was that ruthless aggression thing.
Those-
I
those
enjoyed
were
watching
specials.
that was,
it. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. But,
Austin's little podcast.
I like the
stuff
365
like
things
that.
they put
but
on
you
there
can watch
too.
that Austin's
You
podcast.
can watch any of it.
You can watch that on YouTube.
Watch any of it anywhere.
Yeah. So
I mean, honestly, you know how it is with stuff like that. If you
Well, yeah,
want
it's-
to watch it, you can find
it's
it.
in today's times, you can just find
Yeah.
it. You're going to find it.
I mean, it's a hard thing to make.
It
money
took a little
at.
bit last night, but we all found it.
Yeah, it's hard to make. It's hard to make money on something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
And the way the network was set up anyways, that was there was no way to regulate something like that.
At the time, I don't think WWE would have changed it if it went for AEW.
Like you said, it could go back to that old feel where it's $60.
I see it.
Pay per view.
When they give you that first month free, there's no
Most
way,
time when
there's no
people
way to
are-
regulate that at that point. 'cause
When
you're
people are
gonna-
watching pay per views, they're watching them with about four or five people,
Yeah.
and everybody's pitching in on it, so it's not that much.
throw in $10 or $15,
But
get
in
you
our
a piece
cases,
and watch it.
we worked last night, didn't get off, home until later, until it's. I
It
didn't
was
go until
already
it's
over when I got
Yeah,
off.
it
I
was
mean,
pretty
time I
much-
got home, it was over.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go back and pay $60 to rewatch them.
No.
So I just
No.
waited for a stream.
I don't know what. I know you can pay to replay for the next. Or like today, you could have rented it for a discounted price. But I don't know what it is.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't
Is
look.
it, is
That's
it a
cool.
discount?
It's a
That's-
discounted price, but I don't know
that
what it
makes
is.
See, I didn't know that, but
Well, back to AEW a little bit. I want to talk about Matt Hardy just got his release from WWE. We like right before we came on, we seen a little article that
stop the presses.
it was like one of those things where besides the technical problems, we had to stop for a second to read it. But he's just going to go to AEW. Looks like.
That's what I read. Well, right before we came on, that was something that popped up, and I was like, well, and he expired yesterday. Today was his first day as technically a free agent, but they're saying he can't officially sign anywhere till tomorrow. But everything that I've read, he's AEW bound. Now, whether he's going to be the leader of the Dark Order or not, that's something.
Well, I know you think he is.
I think he is.
I don't. What do you think?
No.
My theory
don't-
on it is
no.
that they've been showing Raven. They've been doing a lot of tweeting with Matt Hardy and whatnot. I just think they're swerving us to all get out, and it's going to be somebody we didn't just never expected.
Yeah.
Heck,
Well-
he still might even be Evil Uno. He might still
don't
be
know,
there.
It
man.
could be,
I
but I
don't
don't
know.
think so. I think it's going to be somebody that
They've
it's
been
just
giving
gonna
you what you
blow.
want, though, too. AEW gives you what you want.
That's true.
A lot of people want Matt Hardy.
Matt
and
Hardy,
I would
so-
like to see Matt
It
Hardy.
wouldn't bother me one bit. No,
He's
I
so
wouldn't.
good. His promos are so good. Broken Matt.
I wouldn't knock it one bit.
He's definitely got.
I just got a funny feeling about it.
That demeanor
Yeah.
that would work perfect with
Yeah.
him. Somebody that can mind control people, that get them over. Like
Yeah.
I seen him do it before. He used the mind control to convert Jeff over to do that Brother Nero. He just
Yeah.
over time, he makes you think you need to be a part of something. So I mean, that's
Got that mind control.
it's a
That
possibility.
should be illegal.
Well, I'd say
A
we'll be
wrestler
seeing it
should be able to
soon,
have
yeah.
mind control.
We'll be seeing it soon. Like,
Such a over
I feel like
great power comes great responsibility.
another thing we can talk about. AEW's getting ready to have a show called Blood and Guts on their actual Dynamite.
A War
Wednesday-
Games.
A War Games, basically. It's a War
It's a
Games.
War Games.
But they're calling it Blood and Guts
They
because
just
they
said
have
war.
to.
They didn't say games.
Well,
It
that's
said that there was a two
War.
rings enclosed in one cage, and I quote, "You know the rest."
exactly.
Yeah, but you can't
It's a
use that
war
second
games.
part so you don't get sued.
They
It's
said
a war
They said
game.
it's going to be a war.
Not
And
war
they're ca- and they're
games.
calling it Blood
Games.
and Guts
War games.
games.
That's what it is. And
Hey.
I can't wait.
The difference is like WWE doesn't put the top on theirs, but AEW is going to have the actual
Kind of be like a Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
War. The war games I always had.
the top,
A top on
it.
it.
Yeah,
Because I remember when
I read
Sid
it. I
Vicious
was
tried to
reading
power bomb, what's his name, his feet hit and he drops him on his head. Great. And it's not going to be no PG war games.
No,
no.
It's
No.
going to be
And the thing
Blood
about it,
and
it's gonna be
guts.
on TV,
blood
on
and
TNT.
guts. Yeah.
free,
Can't wait.
free.
So
Who's going to be in it?
that's what I was getting ready to get
Inner
to.
Circle,
Inner Circle.
Inner Circle.
Right.
Uh,
The Elite.
Nightmare
maybe
Family.
the Elite,
The Golden Elite.
maybe the whatever the Golden Elite.
Golden
Elite.
Lovers.
Gosh, don't get me excited about that.
Kenny and
Hey.
Michael Nakanaga should form the Golden Lovers.
No, that's a that is just a knock on the Golden.
I can see the
Lovers.
Nightmare Family being it. Cody.
I was singing
Dustin.
the
Think so?
Dark Order.
It's going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be like the old war games, two teams, right?
I think
Yeah.
Dark Order's going
I
to be
don't-
in it.
Is it going to be that, or is it going to be? We don't know yet.
I don't
mean,
know.
we're going to find out. They're going to probably talk about it day
Well,
Wednesday.
The
You'll
old
find
war
some
games
stuff.
was 5-on-5.
Yeah, it was
No, you can
two
do that.
teams.
That's what it always
Like,
was. I mean,
Team Jericho versus Team somebody. Could be Team Moxley. Who knows?
I would rather see the Dark
I hope
Order.
they don't say it like that.
But you know what I mean? Just,
Yeah.
Group.
I never liked
Inner
it when they was
Circle is
like
5
team.
people anyway, so it
Yeah.
don't really matter if it's
Team
Inner Circle versus
Jericho,
whoever.
I don't like that.
Team AEW or
We'll be Inner
who
Circle
knows?
versus. I want the
knows?
Dark Order to be in it, and I
Think
want
so?
I want that to be where they reveal the leader of them.
I mean,
We don't know though.
you just don't,
You don't know until they start.
But we talked about actually Kevin brought it up, which I saw him last night.
Because it
on
ain't
there.
far away. When was it? March what?
25th.
So it's just like
If
4
I'm not
weeks.
mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I shared it on our page
22nd,
earlier.
25th?
25th, I believe.
I believe it is.
So it's just the end of this month. It ain't
Yeah,
like
you're
we
looking at about 3 weeks.
ain't far from it.
3 weeks, 3.5.
Yep.
Who's going to be in it? I don't know.
Nobody knows. We can all
Tell
just
you who it ain't going
assume.
to be. Roman Reigns and Goldberg.
Are you sure?
You
Maybe
never
Roman Reigns, who's me? I want in it, and they just let him. What happened there?
know. What?
There was going to be a chamber match to decide the number 1 contender. And then Goldberg comes out and says, who's next? And Reigns says me, and then book it. It's official.
Who is it? What is even the chamber match? I'm not even.
Did
You
they,
know,
they
Kevin?
even scrap the chamber match for number 1 contender?
No, there's still a chamber match.
No, it's happening.
Though,
The
but
pay-per-view's happening. I just don't know what's
I
going
just
on
don't know
in
what's
it.
going
I
on
don't
in
know,
it, to be honest.
Is
But
Roman Reigns going to let it happen?
It is March 25th, 2020 is when it is. It's in New Jersey, the Prudential Center, right?
Yeah, I knew it was in New Jersey. I just
Yeah.
know the date.
But yeah,
The
blood and
Saudi
guts.
show, the Saudi show turned everything upside down in WWE.
They're just on
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
They're scrambling right now.
So much stuff happened on SmackDown that it was just.
I don't even want to watch it right now. Like AEW's the only thing got my interest.
Yeah. Well, I did enjoy the John Cena, Bray Wyatt thing, but
I didn't.
I'm partial to Cena.
The only reason I didn't though is I didn't like how the Fiend done it.
He pointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish the Fiend would have came out, choked out John Cena. Then
You're
Yeah.
kind of taking a lot away from his gimmick. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
before
I
you
feel
play
like.
mind games, what's a mind game about coming
too
out and pointing
normal.
at a sign? Who's not done that over the last 30 years?
Yeah.
Come out and point at a sign. You know, I mean,
know.
it's so many ways. He could, if he would have just came out and laid him out in the ring or out there on the ramp and just walked out.
Or he could have even done it from the Firefly Funhouse and made it fun, like he
Yeah, just
always does.
Give it something.
it just was,
He
it
coulda,
just was
yeah.
weird. But I'm like you.
He could have come out and there
That's
could have
one
been a
match
picture of
I-
John Cena on the wall. I
Big
mean,
Match John's growing on me, so
Yeah.
I do like watching him.
Oh
We
yeah,
talked
I'm
about
a
it
big
earlier,
fan of.
or-
You know,
Yesterday, I think it might have been me and you were talking about it. We know that John Cena and Bray, it was a 2014 or something. They wrestled when it was when he was just Bray Wyatt,
Yeah.
and Cena beat him.
yeah.
I
'Cause
think the
that's
Fiend
when
goes
Cena-
over him this time.
Cena had the goat mask on at one point. And
Yeah.
he took it off. And
He pointed at the the Fiend pointed at the WrestleMania sign, and John had that Ernest from Scared Stupid look on his face.
he just God.
I like it.
He looks just like Ernest.
He does.
It's insane.
I mean, he looked just like him.
I swear, if they ever think about, and you know what, he could do a good Ernest movie. He would play a good
Do a
Ernest.
biography of Ernest. Be great.
Yeah, you could do a biography,
He could do like a throwback or maybe a different.
or just,
just
a
a
you know,
remake
a
of one of the
remake
movies.
one of the
Yes,
movies.
Ernest,
remake of
Ernest
one
goes
movie.
to camp.
Ernest goes to camp. Ernest goes to
Ernest
jail.
goes to wrestling camp.
What? Ernest goes to OVW.
WWE, we got you a new movie.
Yeah. No, if Ernest had any sense, he'd go to AEW.
I think that time's done.
Yeah.
Past. He'll never be in AEW. Well, no, never say never.
Never know. You never know.
Which subject are we still on right now? We WWE or
I don't know.
AEW?
We
We're
just kind
bouncing a
of
little bit.
we've been
We went down
bouncing
a
back
dirt
and
road,
forth.
didn't we?
Yeah, we just went
Well,
down
go-
the
we
dirt
can
road.
go to
a
AEW
hard
right now.
left.
I was going to talk about Colt going to AEW
Yeah.
real quick. Colt Cabana. I don't really care because I don't.
Yeah.
He's a good persona,
Yeah.
like a personnel as far as being a commentator or something, but
I don't know.
his wrestling skills are
Yeah.
not that great.
It could be.
I know he used to be CM Punk's friend, and that's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
CM
sued
Punk
each
tried
other,
to give
so-
him a rub 5 or 6 years ago, and it never took
It never
off.
worked.
Yeah. Then he got sued, or CM Punk sued him or something.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't.
So,
He's
yeah.
a lifetime indie guy for a reason. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly.
but it's
You're
just
right.
what it is.
There was we kind of talked about it earlier. Well, actually, there's two things. We talked about it. Kevin brought it up, which I saw him last night, was Stephen Amell walking out with Cody. Wonder if he might. He's wrestled before. He wrestled against Cody, I believe, and because me and Dougie had the shirt, the Vigilante Club. He was part of the Bullet Club
He
at
wrestled
one
at,
time.
All In too.
Yeah.
I
So,
forget who he
I'm wondering if
wrestled
he
there.
might be brought
Daniel
in.
Christopher Daniels.
Could you see like a Cody and him versus Wardlow and MJF later on? You know, is that feud dead? Who knows? I mean,
MJF
and
no,
Cody.
I don't see how it could be.
For a minute, I think.
Yeah.
It needs
You think
to,
so?
Maybe come back to it.
I don't see how you could go off
I
that
don't
right
know.
now.
I just seen where like also.
I mean, he hit him with the object and got a
That's true.
a
I
dirty
but it
victory.
wasn't. Of course,
If Cody just lets that go, that makes Cody appear weak, in my opinion.
Maybe in the War Games match, it's going to be
It could
Cody and his 5 guys versus
MJF
MJF
and his
and
little
his
know.
you
crew
know.
or whatever.
I just have a feeling Inner Circle will be there simply because.
Well, I was talking to Kevin
just
about
don't
it
know.
earlier.
Do you think there's
know.
only going to be one match at War Games? Do you think they could incorporate 2? Could you have a tag
That'd be hard.
War Game type thing and
What do you mean?
like have tag teams in there? Like,
Oh, it could be anything they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
I can only give an opinion on the old War Games,
Yeah.
and that's how it was set up. So I don't know.
well, see, that's why I'm playing off like WWE the last
Well,
one.
the whole
They had
show
an
just be
Undisputed
War Game
Era
matches.
versus
How do you know? I don't know.
Because where they're going to already
It's
have
all
it set up.
speculation at this point.
Yeah, it is. all
because
I mean, there could be chainsaws hanging from the ceiling for all I
like the
know.
one WWE done.
It could be a
you know,
Thunderdome to the death match.
That'd be
They
awesome.
had Undisputed Era.
That's a
I
John
don't
Moxley
know.
match right
Ain't
there.
nobody-
I don't know.
You had Undisputed Era versus Sanity versus
Let's-
AOP.
We're not talking about that show.
No, I'm saying could they do
Or
that though
did
with tag
everybody
teams, is what I'm
versus
saying.
everybody.
In
Do what?
Everybody versus everybody.
They could. You
They
just don't
could.
know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
They could do Jim Ross versus Excalibur. I don't know right now.
I got JR on that one.
For me, I'm seeing
He knew a girl
if they're going to do this,
named Alice from there.
if they're going to do this setup, I would imagine the ring's going to already be in place with the cage, and they might have multiple matches inside of it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I could see that.
The
happening.
fact that we're talking about it like this is good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I mean, it's already got people excited.
Well, that
I'm excited.
Another thing I read right before we came on too was Moxley. It was actually a post interview at Revolution last night. Said he called out Cody. Said he don't hide behind the stipulation. He wanted to face the Nightmare. So is that a way for Cody to get a shot at the belt?
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, somebody was going to make it. We didn't know how it was going to happen. But Moxley called him out right
Well,
after
that's
the
something I
show.
wanted to bring up. You know, I was talking to Kevin about it earlier, and I'm just a firm believer that faces don't make good champions. And Moxley is a face, but he's kind of like that Stone Cold face, you know. And I just don't see how long they're going. I just want to know how long they're going to keep the belt on him.
Well, I don't mean.
And will like it?
When you've got a face as a champion, you have to have this. In my opinion, now you just got to have a revolving door of challengers.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Hulk Hogan deal where people come in, they can't do it, they can't do it. The good guy wins.
We
Eat
just
your,
have
you know,
to, they have
eat
to
your
keep it hot.
vitamins.
They have to keep it hot because I don't want the belt.
It can't be.
AEW's done a good job of keeping their belt pretty prestigious. I don't want to see them
Yeah.
knock it down.
He kind of made that clear, kind of like what you were talking about. You know, Jericho kind of ducked and dodged a lot of people with the Inner Circle, and then Moxley in his post-match interview said, I'm not going to hide behind this belt. I'm here to defend it to anybody, win or wear, whatever, but right now I'm going to go drink some whiskey. But, you know,
Well, that's like Dougie said. That's the face has to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the classic, you know,
Well, the thing
I'll
that-
fight anybody face.
Yeah.
you
Me and
know.
producer Kevin was talking about earlier too was the fact that it seemed like the match ended a little early because he done all that promo off script because he even said it when he was doing it. They hit his music, and he was like, "Well, I ain't gonna say what he said, but
Yeah, I didn't like that part myself.
you didn't like it."
Where he cussed like that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I know. I thought that was unprofessional. I don't know.
it was.
Everybody's different.
They cuss all the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't like touching on it. It just
I know, but I ain't. Well, that part
people
don't
watch
bother
it with
me.
their
I like
kids
the
and stuff, and I just don't see the purpose.
I like
in it.
how
You don't
authentic-
need it.
I like how authentic it was.
Oh, it was authentic, all right.
Because he was just going off top of his head, no script. But that made me think too, or we was talking about it. Was there a alternate ending to the match? Did Jericho feel something and let Moxley go over him?
I don't. I would.
Could
What
that
do you
be-
mean?
I mean, like maybe Jericho was supposed to win the match, but Jericho seen something, and he called a.
I don't know. That's an
audible.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if they call audibles like that on such a thing. I don't even know if one man would be allowed to make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if anybody, it'd be Jericho.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, if if Tony Khan don't want you to be champion, he's not going to let you. I mean, you got one owner. I mean, that's the truth.
It just seemed a little off.
Jericho is the man. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure if he wants to do something.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if he's got that kind of power.
It seems pretty loose there, though. I see a lot of.
If it's that loose, it kind of worries me.
Well, I mean,
that's kind of a different type of loose.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right, but
I hope it ain't like that.
Just with it ending,
that's WCW at the end loose.
With it ending about 5 minutes early, and then him ranting on with a promo like that wasn't even scripted. It just seemed a little.
I was thinking when it ended like that, I thought somebody was going to debut last night.
And
they attack Moxley. That's what I was.
Especially when that music hit like that.
Yeah, I was thinking somebody was going to be coming out, but
it never did happen.
No.
I was, either way it went last night, I wasn't going to be upset because I like Moxley and I like Jericho both.
Yeah,
and
of course.
We talked about it. I thought maybe they might keep the belt on Jericho for a year, or close to a year. Yeah. But it worked either way. I mean, you've got.
I think he's got a tour coming up with Fozzy, so maybe
he probably wants some downtime.
Maybe he wants some downtime. Yeah.
I was glad he ditched the weight belt though last night. That was the first thing I noticed. He finally got rid of that thing.
It seems like he wears it a lot in New Japan, but I don't see him wearing it much in AEW.
What?
The weight belt.
He wore it ever since he wrestled Cody.
So I didn't pay attention to it, I guess, much.
I think that's what made it look like he was more overweight. He was pushing a lot of stuff up. But last
every
night he looked so much better.
Every time I see him in New Japan, he's had it on.
Yeah. Painmaker.
The Painmaker, yeah.
I mean, Mox is over.
Mox got 2 belts now.
Yeah, he's over.
How about that? He's got the North American belt in New Japan, and he's got the
Mox is over. A lot better than Dean Ambrose.
No doubt. I was hoping he'd make some kind of remark about that last night when he was doing that promo.
Yeah,
I mean, he even made that statement, like, I guess the night before or something. There's like, if I win the AEW championship, it means more to me than ever winning any of those WWE titles I won. You know, like he really left on. He wanted out of there, and they treated him. Well, we all seen it. The way they treated him at the end.
The belt's not worth much up there, honestly. And this is my opinion again. The only belt in WWE that feels like it's worth anything is the Universal. Is that the one Brock's got?
Yeah.
And that's
no, Brock's got
WWE.
See, my fault. They switched it again.
They switched it. Yeah.
All right. It's Brock's title, and that's just because you don't see it that much, and Brock holds it and keeps it.
Yeah.
When somebody beats Brock, it'll feel better.
Yeah.
Because.
And they're saying that they're not like Brock's gonna go over Drew, and it's gonna be Bobby Lashley take it from him at Survivor or SummerSlam.
I have no problem with that.
No, because that was the original thing. Yeah. Bobby Lashley's supposed to come in and
Bobby got stuck with Rusev in that awful situation.
He
Rusev's gone. I'm glad for Rusev. Good for him.
Bobby got stuck with that, just stuck from the beginning when he got in WWE. Like, I don't know, he never did.
Remember when he come out with the glasses on? And he had what's his name talking for him, the little guy.
Rush.
Yeah. And Bobby can talk.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I don't understand why.
That's why I'm hoping
he don't need a mouthpiece.
I'm hoping they once WrestleMania is over, they really revamp him and kind of push him, and that does happen.
Like they let Drew cut loose.
Yeah, because Drew's almost in the same boat. They kind of pushed him back.
Well, they got him. They got him billed as a monster.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's more layers to him than that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to let them be who they are.
Drew can wrestle.
I mean, if you kept Austin a ringmaster forever, he'd never done nothing. No. You've got to let them be who they are.
Yep. All right, guys. We've been over 30 minutes now talking to ourselves because we're not live. It's kind of been
talking to you.
It's been. I said talking to ourselves.
No.
Whatever. However you want to word it. I just want to go ahead and thank our sponsor again, McGuire's Insurance Agency. If you need any insurance questions, just give them a call at 606-886-0008. And I guess now it's time to do a little pillar to post talk. It's going to be a little different this time because we don't have any live fans to comment and help, questions. But I do have one question that I did write down, and I just wanted to know your guys' opinion on who you think who out of the young guys in wrestling right now, AEW, WWE, it don't matter, who's got the next big star. I mean, I'm talking like Rock,
Oh,
The
God,
Rock,
that
Hogan.
big?
Yeah, I'm talking, big.
You're talking about superstar.
Superstar, yeah. John Cena, Rock, Hogan, Stone Cold, big. And you can choose from any production you want.
Right now, I mean, what I'm watching, MJF. I mean, he's got. I mean, as far as wrestling goes, I mean, he put on. I mean, he
I'm
can
talking
wrestle.
about not just wrestling either.
No, I'm talking about just in general, everything he can do.
Personnel, like being like, well, just like I'm
I
saying,
know
you know.
you're going to hate it, but I'm going to say Orange Cassidy, Bulls.
Well, that's fine too. I mean,
I really.
you think he's got that big?
Yeah.
I'm talking about playing in movies and just all kinds of different things. So.
What?
Yeah, I'm talking about stardom. You know, you look at
God,
John
you're talking
Cena.
about what, a triple threat?
You look at like John Cena, The
Triple
Rock,
threat.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Even in Hogan's day, you know, he was in a few movies.
Who? Hogan?
Hulk Hogan, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you know,
The nanny.
Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny,
Commando.
yeah, Commando. What was the other one?
Paradise. Thunder in Paradise.
With the Three Ninjas. He was in the Three Ninjas, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But when we're
Thunder
also
Lips.
forgetting he was in Rocky.
He was in Rocky,
Thunder
yeah.
Lips.
Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips.
So,
Built in at
That's what I
7
said.
foot tall.
Fiend's going to turn him back into Thunder Lips.
Steve Austin, not as high profile, but he's had some decent,
The
movies.
Condemned.
The Condemned,
This
yeah.
is a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
So he was. I'll consider him also on that.
John Cena had
the
the
star.
Marine.
And he had that one just came out. The
Hughes.
Fighting with Fire, I think it's what it's called. But it's a hilarious movie.
He
Oh,
was
the
in that movie
firefighter.
Blockers.
Blockers,
Blockers
yeah,
was
is great.
good.
in it. He's been in a few other movies
Yeah.
too. That's been good. And
Roddy Piper was in a movie, so
of course, we all know about The Rock. You know how big he's taken off.
he's in movies.
He's like the highest
He's
paid.
The Rock's awesome. I mean,
know.
he's real.
Ain't it crazy?
I like him.
But I just trying
Fast
to
and
think of that one
Furious.
guy
Oh, that can do everything.
that could just be that next person.
It's so
you know?
hard to pick. That's
It is.
such
That's
a
tough.
tangible thing that you.
I know
just
one person
don't
I would
know.
pick, and you guys might disagree with this, but I feel
Who?
like somebody like Velveteen Dream could be that
why,
next.
Why not?
I mean, it might not happen, but he just
Yeah,
got that
why
feel,
not? Velveteen's
for me.
good. I like him.
just because of his swagger's pretty cool.
He's got what it takes. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got great mic skills. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody loves him when he comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
his. We were talking about him the other day. How like it's like a mixture between like so many different characters. He's got
That's
balled
what I'm
into
saying. He's
one.
got-
Like he's just
You know,
he's the one guy to me that could definitely just take off to like superstardom.
Ricky
And be-
Morton.
Ricky Morton. Hey, he's like
it's going to be the new.
A resurgence.
resurgence. Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
if they ever do a remake of
Scarface.
Dazed and Confused,
I
they
don't.
could
To
use
be
Ricky
honest,
Morton.
you know, you talked about Orange Cassidy being a superstar,
Yeah,
but
I don't know about a movie star.
But I don't see anybody in AEW that has that like kind of credential right now to be that high up.
I don't know.
I mean, they're all great
Does that
wrestlers.
say anything about AEW?
Moxley was in some movies.
Well, I know. Could you name them?
What kind of moves was Moxie?
The Marine. He did the Marine.
Well, he done the.
He did the middle
Yeah.
one in
Like
between before the
Page-type
Miz took
movies?
over and done the last 12.
Yeah,
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't.
And Ted DiBiase done one too, Junior.
Yeah,
done
Ted
one
DiBiase
before.
Jr.
Yeah,
done one.
yeah. That's before he started stealing that money. Wasn't
Dolph Ziggler's
That
been
was his
in
brother.
movies too.
Hey,
but-
they got his dad in it too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Ted Senior got indicted or whatever on that too.
I just watched the movie CM Punk in it. And it wasn't too bad. It was
What was
on.
it
It's on
about?
Netflix. It's called Girl on the Third Floor. It's kind of
Really?
almost like I wouldn't call it a horror movie. It's almost like a suspense, a little scary movie.
What'd he do? Go to the girl on the third floor and cry about his problems?
Drop the mic.
Sort of.
Is that what it was?
No,
Cry about how unfair life is and how they made him work when he was sick.
The plot is like, I guess him and his wife just bought a new house, so he goes there to renovate it. It's just him in the house.
Yeah, just him and
And
AJ.
there's a bunch of ghosts in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
or it's a female ghost.
yeah.
She pretty much just ruins his life. But it's not a bad movie though. Like I thought he'd done all right. Did you watch it, Kevin? So yeah,
What'd you think, Kevin? You
See?
like it?
you can trust producer Kevin because
Producer Kevin's usually on point.
exactly.
He's
you might
got
not
it.
trust me. but
He's
you
got
can
his
trust
finger
him.
on pop culture.
Exactly.
He knows.
Only other things that Dean was in 12 rounds lockdown.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he's got one coming out Cage Fighter.
12 Rounds Lockdown. Is that like a sequel to the 12 Rounds that John Cena was in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
John and then Orton and then
Yeah, then Orton
Right.
done one. Well, now we're
Is that a WWE production?
yeah, most of them are.
I would assume.
Basically, we've just converted this conversation to who's been in what movie, so we'll just keep it going with that.
This show's we just been down a dirt road all night.
We've been down a dirt road. I was thinking of somebody else who was just in a movie. God, what was that?
Page.
Yeah, well, you had Paige's actual movie. That was
Fighting
pretty
with
good.
himself.
I did
Fine,
see
sure.
somebody tweeted at her, it was like, I'd love to see Paige in a movie, like a movie about her life, and then she like shared like
Yeah.
the movie about her actual life they didn't know about. And I'm like, how do you not know about that?
Since I don't, we're not on live tonight, I'm just
Pitiful.
going to Google some movies here.
What, the Wrestlers were in?
Yeah,
Heard that.
you can Google anything
Roddy,
these days.
Google. Roddy Piper was in, what was that thing he was in? So good.
They Live.
They Live. That was it. Yes, sir. That was a good movie right there, I think.
Apparently, the
He
Miz
had to
was
wear
in
the
something called
glasses to be
Santa's
able to
Little
see
Helper.
him. Oh, it was
Yeah.
so good.
Big Show's been in Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I was getting ready to mention. yeah.
Kane was in that movie.
Yep, Kane's been in a few.
Right.
Yeah, the See No Evil movies are actually pretty good.
Yeah. There's a few out there, ain't there?
Yeah. Wow,
John
yeah.
Cena was in a movie with Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah, the
guy.
reunion.
Yep.
Yeah, local feller.
Actually seen that Boyd's got
Actually, Randy
new movie
Orton
coming
done
out.
The Condemned too.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
I've
the
seen
second
it.
one. Yeah, it's,
They say
I
Boyd.
watched it.
I seen trailers for a new Boyd movie that looked good. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, he's doing his thing on point, ain't
Edge has been in the movie.
he? Yeah.
I mean, as far as I mean, like,
Bret Hart was in Medicine Queen Doctor
I don't
Woman.
know if Cody Rhodes has been in any movies, but I know he's been in that's how I guess the Stephen Amell thing ties in. Cody was in The Arrow and all that stuff with Stephen
Right.
Amell, and then they brought him in. You know,
Stone
so-
Cold Steve Austin stunner the president.
That's true.
Sure
And the
did.
president speared Vince McMahon, so that's why he got elected.
It's fine, fine man, boys.
There's actually been a lot of movies.
Fine man.
Oh, Triple H has been in a movie.
Yeah.
He was in the Inside Out movie. Well, he was in the
Blade
Was
3.
Chaperone.
was it Blade 3 he was in?
Yeah.
Blade
He was
3?
in the Chaperone. Oh yeah, he was the vampire in Blade.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. He ain't never been any good in them, but
No.
he was in them.
Triple H is what he is.
There was one movie I watched him in. Oh, The Chaperone.
That's what I said.
Yeah, did you say that?
Yeah, Chaperone.
It wasn't too
He
bad.
got out of jail and he had to go
Yeah, with
do
his
stuff
kids.
that you do, I guess. Chaperone stuff.
That wasn't what it about whatsoever.
Yeah, he got out of jail and he went to see his little girl.
Yeah, there you
and then he
go.
went on that field,
Field trip with
trip.
the little
Things
girl, with
happen.
his
That's
little
what
girl.
chaperones do. It's just a normal chaperone
The
thing.
way you said it first, you act like he
I didn't want to go into detail.
like his PO officer was like, you got to chaperone these girls. you
You
didn't.
think his PO put him in a movie? It's like, I know you're fresh out of jail, but how about being in a movie?
No, I'm saying like as just a regular person who's like, oh, you want to chaperone these girls?
Whatever your PO says, I guess you do.
Oh goodness. What else we got to talk about? Oh, well, I guess we could talk about our Triple Threat Throwdown from last week. I know we ain't got no fans. Well, they can comment later on.
I'm hoping we got something.
I know we got fans, but we don't got no one watching right now. This is weird to me.
I know.
It's strange. Strange night. We're getting her done.
Dirt Road Night.
Dirt Road night. But I wanted everybody to watch the Nakamura and AJ match from over in New Japan. The reason I wanted to everybody watch that match, I just wanted to see them a good classic hour-long match that actually just had multiple spots and a lot of emotions in it. That's the thing about New Japan, their matches tell a story for them. And there was just like the whole match, there's just a lot of hard hitting, it's a strong style, and just some brutal knocks. Some that you just think, God, how's he not paralyzed from that, or how's he?
Some of them are.
But yeah,
you
you're
break
right.
a neck in New Japan, you
So I'm
get an
hoping
award.
I'm hoping some people went and watched that and just seen because I think WWE really just they had a chance to recreate that at Mania that one year with AJ Nakamura, but they decided to make a low blow be the
And then they carried it
storyline
on for a
towards it.
month or two after that.
Yeah,
It was just
so I wanted to see if anybody hadn't seen it. I wanted them to see what AJ and Nakamura could really do. So,
Yeah.
but you had everybody watch what?
Tully Blanchard against Magnum TA, and I quit match.
What's your thoughts on that match?
It's just a different match. It was no high spots, more of a slugfest, emotional match, and I liked it. Speaking of strong style, did you notice they're calling Orange Cassidy the sloth style?
Yeah.
Sloth style.
So good. Anyway,
got the best of the slaw style.
You have talked
so
about him
good.
all night long.
Oh, he had me.
It was great.
You have a poster of
Yeah.
him in your room now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Beside Kenny?
Not
Him and
yet.
Kenny. God, that would be a power couple right there.
But, I'm telling you, hey, you're underselling Orange Cassidy.
I'm not understanding.
I'm telling Orange Cassidy. I'm telling you,
Kind of got
boy,
me giggling that much you've talked about him tonight.
he's gonna slop.
I like Orange
Sloth
Cassidy too. Though.
style.
It was
I
like
do
one of
too,
the,
but
Sloth
like I just like how he
style.
does most of his moves with his hands in his pockets. Makes him effective.
I just want to slap him sometimes.
And he don't
Who
care
does
if
an
you
Irish
do.
whip with the hands in your pockets?
That's the beauty of
Orange
it. He don't
Cassidy.
care.
I know. That's what.
He just rolls with it. He don't care. Whatever.
When he did start rolling out of the ring,
Whatever.
I mean,
then when-
you can't help but laugh.
When Pac done
Just
it,
like,
they were like, they go.
Great.
Yeah, so
Pac done it. They made fun of him. They're like, "Look at him. He's rolling out of the ring like Orange Cassidy. Like
Yeah.
he's copying him or something." I was like,
I don't know. He's got a way. He's definitely got something going here. Nobody's ever done before.
No.
So
Yeah. Let him go. Enjoy. See what he does. Who
back to
knows?
the triple threat throwdown though. No more Orange Cassidy talk.
I can't promise nothing.
You were supposed to, or you told everybody to watch.
it was America's Most Wanted versus Triple X. Well, two members of Triple X, which is Elix Skipper and Christopher Daniels. 6 sides of steel tag match for the belts. And the highlight of that match, like if you actually watch it, like you'll see all the comments. Elix Skipper tight ropes across the top of the steel cage,
Yeah.
and then does a hurricane off the top of the steel cage. I think he actually was Chris Harris. He hit it on, not James Storm. I think I'm not 100% positive on that, but that was like they say that's one of the most iconic moments in TNA history. And it's about a 22, 23 minute long match, but it was a great tag match in there. It was a lot of blood, like we talked about how blood was back. That was a steel cage match. There was blood everywhere in that match, and beer bottles were getting busted. And, America's Most Wanted was part of that too. But it was, it's a must watch. I think you see just somebody. That could have went wrong in so many different ways. He could have fell in the ring, out of the ring, but he was able to walk across about a 6-foot stretch of steel cage before he hit the hurricane.
Yeah.
It was Elix Skipper. I've seen him a lot in TNA. Dude was super athletic. Kind of reminds me of Shelton Benjamin type of athlete. Wasn't good on the mic, really, for the most part, but
Super athlete.
yeah, was able to put
Like
good
Orange
matches
Cassidy.
on. Yeah, like Orange Cassidy. Capable of doing a few
You to
things.
Orange Cassidy is him to TNA.
Hey,
He's a TNA encyclopedia. That's all he talks about. Remember how good TNA used to be back in when they
What can I say?
Six-sided ring.
had the X Division? Man, that was the good stuff.
X Division was the way to go. That's what drew everybody in.
I know.
And actually,
It
when,
really
we're
was.
going to bring up what we're going to do next time, I'm going to throw another one out there
We
for
talked
you.
about
so.
it though, multiple times, like during especially the mid 2000s and late 2000s. That's all we watched was TNA. So
There was
get it.
guys like when I was watching it. Christian left WWE at the time, went over there, won the NWA title.
Captain Charisma.
And the X Division really was like the big thing that they worked hard on, and they wanted to make it a priority of their show, and it's what set them different from everybody else. That's what got them over because that's what we watched it for.
Even
Was
like,
X
the
Division.
biggest one was Kurt Angle. That's when he started it.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle left. That was a huge name to leave WWE
Yeah.
and come to TNA.
At that time, yeah.
At that time, it was somebody WWE couldn't lock up. I know he had some wellness policy stuff or whatever, but
The Road Dogg wasn't a big deal.
him.
Hey, Road Dogg, yeah, ain't nothing wrong.
But you had
R-Truth?
Christian.
Bleh.
R-Truth was
James.
two-time NWA champ well before. Well, he was in WWE back in the day, but
Yeah, I
then
know.
he won those there before he went back. But
I'd like to see R-Truth and John Cena have a match.
yeah, it's his hero.
Yeah.
His hero.
He's been watching him he grew up watching him,
Yeah.
even though he's 10 years older. than him.
Such good. He's another one.
Since-
R-Truth is great. R-Truth is
Just
he's
good,
great.
good as Orange
What can you
Cassidy.
say? What?
Good as Orange Cassidy.
Let's not get ridiculous now. Keep it serious.
I tell you what, though, R-Truth really, he's been a pioneer as far as like just
For comedic wrestling,
comedic wrestling.
Great.
Yeah, he's been
I mean,
good.
he's in the simple
he
fact.
paved the way for people like Orange
I'll
Cassidy.
never have a bad thing to say about R-Truth.
No.
Like, even like he just came out with a rap song and it was actually really good. Like you guys might not like rap, but
I listened to it. It didn't sound bad. I don't know
I used to
what
be a
they're
rap
going on.
head, so I got on and listened to it. It was pretty
I
cool.
won't hold it against you.
We're getting to the end of the show, guys, but that's a pretty quick hour. Ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna do another throwdown. We're gonna
We're doing the
recommend
triple threat
anything.
throwdown again. And, I'll go ahead and put mine out there. I picked out the Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio cruiserweight match from WCW.
The custody battle match.
No,
Oh.
don't get me.
I was mistaken. That was my fault.
It's a cruiserweight match from WCW.
That's good. That's good.
Because
Really,
the
really,
reason I
really
picked that
good.
out because during that little split time, you know, that's something WCW was really like known for was their cruiserweight action. So, and that was probably one of their best cruiserweight matches. So,
It was good.
and it's on YouTube. Oh, like me and you talked about it. We're going to post these matches on our Facebook page,
Yeah, but-
starting like either tonight or first thing in the morning. They'll be posted
Yeah, we
on
can
there.
upload the link on there. That way
Yeah,
you don't have
we-
to go search for it. It's already
Yeah.
on there if you want to check it out.
We'll share the links of everything we tell you guys we want you to watch. I'll let Jason go ahead and say his.
Keeping my TNA streak going, I'm going to go with AJ Styles versus Mojo versus Christopher Daniels X Division title match at Unbreakable 2005. I think it's about a 28, 29 minute long match. But those three guys, they put on like each week. They were going against each other, either singles or triple threat, and they put on some.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody the size of Samoa Joe at that time, you didn't really see the stuff he was doing at his size, which he's a little bigger now in WWE, but he was still big back then.
I remember first seeing him in TNA.
But
God,
yeah, I mean, it was
he's
some
one of my
stuff he does.
favorites there
Christopher
for a long
Daniels, Angel Wings finish move, which he don't really do that much anymore.
because he can't.
But you know, it's
50 years old.
AJ Styles. You know, that was just athleticism, Ultimate X matches and stuff they put on. But you definitely need to check that out. I watched it. I think Friday night I watched it, and it was rewatched it. I guess I'd seen it before, but it's worth the watch for sure.
For sure.
I don't know. I was going to say the first War Games, but I'm not for sure if that's on YouTube or not.
That's a
You know, I'm
that's a
talking
good
about
deal,
the
though.
Four Horsemen versus the Road Warriors, Paul Ellering, Nikita Koloff, and Dusty. I think it's on there, but I'm not for sure.
We'll
but I
find
do know that Kenny versus Okada, best 2 out of 3 files for the title. Check that out. Either one.
Either
Check
one.
out anything.
Yeah, anything's fine.
Yeah.
But
Just watch wrestling.
just watch wrestling. But like I said, we're going to post those on there. So if you guys want to check them out and watch them this week, we'll discuss them next week. So with that, you know, I'm going to thank our sponsor one more time, McGuire's Insurance Agency. Just give them a call at 606-886-0008. You got anything you want to say, Jason?
Well, I'd just like to thank our other two sponsors, High Tech Signs and Graphics and Prestonburg Pig and the Pope.
Yeah. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Rick Hughes.
Yep.
Yep. Happy
Rick Hughes.
birthday, Rick.
Our boss and my father. It's his birthday. But without them, they hooked us up with our nice, too sweet looking T-shirts
Yes.
that are $15. If you want one, just
Get
message
your
us.
shirt.
I feel out of place. I didn't wear mine tonight.
I got PayPal set up, so if you live out of state, you want a shirt,
finally
just
get
shoot
that?
me a message. Yeah, I got it all figured out finally.
Do it.
So
Get your shirt.
we also got stickers. I mean,
Now, I will say that if it's out of state, the cost of the shirt might be a little more just because of shipping, guys.
yeah,
It's still worth it, though.
Yeah, it's
still worth it. It's a
It's-
good looking shirt. Actually, our good friend we've been talking to lately, Gary Dameron, got one.
Yep.
Posted a picture in it the other day. They've got a show coming up this weekend.
This
The
Saturday.
Enforcer, Arn Anderson's going to be there. Actually, the name of the show is ASW Enforcer. So he's gonna be there. I think ODB is going to be there. There's a couple other.
Madison Civic Center.
Yep, Madison Civic Center over in. I
West
think bell
Virginia.
time on that 7:30.
You also got a
Go
BCW
see
event
it.
coming up.
Yeah,
in
we
the
got a
next few weeks.
BCW event coming up in a couple weeks after that.
So
There's
much
actually something
wrestling.
we got coming up this week. I'm not going to give a lot on it. I do
yeah.
have an announcement this week. probably drop that in about Tuesday or Wednesday this week.
Oh.
About something coming up for next week.
Special announcement in the middle of the week.
Yep, special announcement in the middle of the week. I'm going to make an announcement
Big things
about an
happening in a
announcement
small
later on
place.
this week, as Mike said.
Big
He's gonna make
time,
fun of me,
yeah.
but
Big things happening.
we got a lot of stuff going on. We've been in touch with a lot of people. I know I've actually talked to Gary with ASW. I think we're trying to work something out to go over and do a live podcast from one of his shows.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And
be nice.
I've been talking to him, so I know they've got another show coming up April 18th. Jimmy Hart's going to be there, Stan Hansen. It's their Hall of Fame show. So that ASW, they're putting on some good stuff over there.
Yeah,
If you've not
yeah.
seen it, we share a lot of stuff on our page, along with BCW stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We try to support, the indie wrestling, the local scene. These guys are all within the little area of us, and we try to support
And they
everybody.
and they good product.
Good product, nice people. Talk to anybody.
Yeah,
They've
it's
been
easy
great
to
to us.
support good people.
Yeah, they've been great to us since we've started this. Very supportive.
Yeah.
So we try to give them as much as we can to show our appreciation for everything they've done for us. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, I'd like to thank producer Kevin coming in, getting all this stuff set up for mics and everything every week. It's not possible to do this without him, like we say every week. Thank everybody that tune in, watch.
Yep.
Like, share. We got YouTube. We're on Twitter. Anything you want to. We're on pretty much every bit of social media you can imagine. So, but other than that, I'd like to just thank everybody for tuning in again, and can't wait to see everybody next week.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and call it a show. You've been booked.